Hey, beautiful woman. You're in a season of starting over, aren't you? So, everything shifted. Maybe you chose it. Maybe it was chosen for you. Maybe it unraveled slowly, or dropped out from under you all at once. Either way, here you are, standing in the after, with pieces behind you. Things you built, things that held until they didn't. And you can still feel them sometimes. The echoes, the weight of what was that matters. And right next to that, there's space. Real space. The kind that lets you move differently. The kind that lets your steps belong to you again. That matters too. You didn't land here empty. You brought your lived knowing. You brought instincts that cut cleaner now. You brought a voice inside you that speaks up, and you're hearing it. You can change. You can step out of what doesn't fit your shape anymore. You can choose something different now. You can trust yourself in small, honest decisions. You can leave the noise behind. You can keep your time for what actually matters. You can want a life that feels good to live inside, and let that one stand. You can try things, be new at something, follow what pulls you. You can imagine wide, and you can choose simple. Carry less, keep what matters. Where you used to fit might feel different now. That's a signal. You're finding a truer place. There may be more edge in you now, more directness. Good. That's you standing in your own shape. You're learning to include yourself in your own life. You're learning to move from your own center. And one day, you'll look back at this exact moment and recognize it. This is where it turned. This is where you chose yourself. So, you're starting over. Watch what you build. Hey there, lovely. Before anything else, let's tell the truth about this. This has been hard. The kind of hard that sits in your body. The kind that follows you into the quiet. The kind that asks more of you than you ever planned to give. You've had to figure things out, hold things together, face moments you never saw coming, and keep going anyway. That matters. Every bit of that matters. Even the days where it felt messy. Even the nights where you wondered how to get through. You've been doing something real, something that takes strength and heart and grit. And I want you to feel that, because it's easy to rush past it, to focus on what's next, to keep moving without acknowledging what you've already carried. So pause here and let it be real. This has been a lot, and something is shifting. Even if you can't see all of it yet, even if it feels slow, there's movement happening inside you. In the way you think, in the way you choose, in the way you show up for your own life. It's already changing, step by step, choice by choice. You're building something different, something that fits you better. And there will come a moment where you feel it, where things open, where the weight lifts a little, where you realize you're in a new place. So stay with it. Keep moving. Keep choosing. Because this is the turning. And it's gonna be epic, woman. It is. Life is not trying to hurt you. It is trying to grow you. Not through punishment, but through awakening. You are here to expand, to evolve, to shed old skins and outgrown beliefs. Life teaches through experiences, through contrast, through the quiet nudges and the loud wake-up calls. Growth doesn't always feel graceful. Sometimes it feels like confusion. Sometimes it feels like letting go of what no longer fits. Sometimes it feels like standing at the edge of something new. But life is not trying to break you. It is trying to stretch you into who you really are. You are learning how to trust yourself. You are learning how to listen to your inner signals. You are learning how to choose what supports your soul. You are growing more aware, more compassionate, more steady. Life wants you to rise into your strength. Life wants you to discover your gifts. Life wants you to understand yourself deeply and courageously. Remember this. You are not being tested. You are being shaped. You are not being punished. You are being grown. Life wants you to learn everything you came here to learn. And you are learning. You are right where you belong. You do not have to know everything yet. Morning does not know the whole day when it first begins. It just opens, and that is enough. Yes, you are right where you belong. You do not have to know everything yet. Morning does not know the whole day when it first begins. It just opens, and that is enough. Yes, you are right where you belong. Somewhere along the way, you learn to expect the hard things. You learn to brace yourself. You learn to hope quietly, or not at all. But hear this. Good things are meant for you too. Not just for the people, not just for the lucky ones, not just for those whose lives look easier from the outside. You are allowed to receive goodness without earning it. You are allowed to experience joy without apologizing for it. You are allowed to expect beauty, connection, support, abundance, and peace. You are not disqualified from goodness because of your past. You are not too late for it. You are not too damaged for it. You are not too broken for it. Everything good you've longed for. Love that feels safe.
clarity that feels grounding, joy that feels real, rest that feels deserved. All of it is allowed to find you. You don't need to shrink to be worthy. You don't need to hustle to deserve it. You don't need to suffer first to justify it. Lift your face toward the possibility that goodness is not rare for you. It is waiting. It is approaching. It is meant for you too. Let this truth soften you. Let it open you. Let it reshape what you expect from your life.
No one else can choose the next chapter of your life. No one else knows your truth the way you do. No one else can feel the signals in your chest. You are the one who knows what feels wrong. You are the one who knows what your soul is quietly asking for. People may have opinions. They may offer advice, fear, pressure, or expectations. But none of them live inside your body. None of them walk inside your spirit. Only you know what is calling you forward. Only you feel the pull of your own becoming. Only you can choose the path that feels like truth. You do not need permission to move toward the life you want. You do not need approval to choose what nourishes you. You do not need consensus to follow your soul. You get to choose again at any moment. You get to redirect your life mid-sentence. You get to rewrite the story in real time. Remember this truth. Only you can choose what's next for you. And you are capable of choosing well.
You're not made to chase everything. We were not made to beg people to love us. We were not made to run after opportunities that keep running away. If someone has to be convinced to see your value, they are not your person. If a goal makes you feel small, scared, and desperate, it is not the right goal. If you have to lie, shrink, or twist yourself to keep something, it does not belong to you. We were built to stand tall, to learn, to grow, to become strong inside. We were built to work with joy, not panic, to build with purpose, not fear. Chasing makes your body tight, begging makes your heart heavy, constant grinding makes you tired in your bones. Receiving feels different, it feels calm, it feels steady, it feels like you can breathe. Receiving does not mean doing nothing, it means doing your part and not doing everyone else's. It means growing your skills, keeping your word, taking care of your body, speaking honestly. Then you let what matches you come closer. You do not run after love, you become loving. You do not chase respect, you act respectfully. You do not beg for success, you build something real. The right people do not need to be chased. The right work does not require you to hate your life. The right things do not ask you to give away your power. If
If you feel like you are always trying harder than everyone else, stop. Look at what you are chasing. Ask yourself, does this even choose me back? We were not built to run after everything. We were built to become strong, clear, and honest, and let what fits walk toward us. When you stop begging, you remember your worth. When you stop chasing, you save your energy. When you stop shrinking, you grow. We were built to receive, to stand in who we are, to do our part, and to trust that what truly belongs to us will not need to be hunted down.
You don't always get to choose your first thought. Sometimes it just arrives, uninvited, unfiltered. Sometimes it's sharp. Sometimes it's heavy. Sometimes it's not who you really are. But listen, you do get to choose your second thought. That's where the power is. That's where the turning begins. You can choose the thought that lifts. You can choose the thought that heals. You can choose the thought that reminds you who you are. The first thought is reflex. The second thought is freedom. Today, let your second thought be the truest one. Let it be love. Let it be trust. Let it be hope. Because every time you choose again, you are becoming. You are creating. You are free.
Hey, you. Yeah, you're right there at the edge of something new. I see you looking at the pieces, wondering how it all unraveled. But listen close. This is not a story about losing. This is a woman who had the nerve to stop pretending something worked when it didn't. That's not collapse. That's clarity with teeth. You didn't fall back. You stepped out. Out of the version of your life that couldn't hold your truth anymore. And yeah, it might look like an empty field right now. No map, no applause, no neat little title to explain it. Just you and your own wild, breathing life. But let me tell you something real. Women who are brave enough to begin again are not standing at zero. They're standing with everything they've learned in their bones. Every heartbreak, every wrong turn, every moment they chose themselves, even when their hands were shaking. That's not empty, that's loaded. You're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience. From instincts that are sharper now, from a voice inside you that finally tells the truth. And maybe this time, you build something different. Something quieter, something truer, something that actually fits your soul instead of squeezing it. So, lift your head a little. This isn't the end of your story. This is the part where you stop lying to yourself and start living like you mean it. Begin again, woman. But this time, begin with all of you. Hey, beautiful woman, come sit here for a minute. I know this part feels quiet and maybe even a little lonely. Maybe quieter and more lonely than you ever expected. Because so much has fallen away. The names you answered to, the roles you carried, the plans you swore would hold, gone. And now you're here, in this wide open space. And it can feel like everything disappeared. But listen close. Everything that could leave has already left. And you're still here. So what does that tell you? There is something in you that could not be taken. Not by loss, not by change, not by time. Something steady in a different way. Not loud, not decorated, just there. This is what remains. The part of you that doesn't need a title. The part of you that isn't performing a role. The part of you that breathes without asking for permission. And yeah, it can feel strange to meet her without all the layers you used to wear. No script, no expectations to live up to, just you. And maybe at first you don't recognize her, but stay. Don't rush to rebuild just to fill the space. Don't grab for the next identity just to feel certain again. There's something sacred here, in this in-between, where you get to see what was never dependent on anything outside of you. This is not emptiness. This is essence. This is the part of you that was there before all of it, and will still be here after anything else changes. So soften a little. You didn't lose everything. You lost what wasn't meant to stay. And what remains is you, whole, alive, and ready. And ready. Hey, wise epic woman, come sit with this for a minute. You didn't start from nothing. There are women behind you, your mother, her mother, and the ones before them. They lived in a different world, different rules, different limits. They carried things you don't have to carry the same way. They made choices inside tighter spaces, and some of what they wanted never got to breathe. Dreams stayed folded, desires stayed quiet, paths never opened, and now here you are, standing in a life with more room to choose, more room to move, more room to decide what your days look like. That matters. That's not something small. And sometimes you might feel a pull to hold yourself back, to stay within the lines they had to live inside. But listen, honoring them doesn't mean repeating their limits. Honoring them can look like living wider, choosing what they couldn't choose, trying what they never got to try, speaking in ways they had to keep inside, letting your life expand where theirs had to stay contained. You carry them with you, in your strength, in your instincts, in the way you keep going. And when you choose boldly, when you say yes to something that lights you up, when you step into a life that feels like your own, there's a kind of honoring in that, a continuation, a widening. Like the story didn't end with what they were given, it opened through you. So go ahead, choose what calls you. Walk the path that's opening in front of you. Live it fully, not just for you, but for all the women who came before you. You are right where you belong. The moon changes shape and is still the moon. You can go through changes and still be you. That is part of living. Yes, you are right where you belong. You are right where you belong. This day is part of your beautiful learning, and you are learning beautifully. Yes, you are right where you belong. You are right where you belong. You are right where you belong. This day is part of your beautiful learning, and you are learning beautifully. Yes, you are right where you belong. You are right where you belong. Please be kind to yourself here. Yes, you are right where you belong. You are right where you belong. Please be kind to yourself here. Yes, you are right where you belong.
There was a time when I tried to be many different versions of myself. The agreeable one, the responsible one, the strong one, the understanding one, the one who held everything together. I carried expectations quietly, trying to be who everyone needed, trying to be who the world expected. But now something inside me has settled. I no longer chase versions of myself that do not feel true, and I live as the woman I truly am. There was a time when I questioned my instincts, wondered if my path was the right one, wondered if I should be different. I watched others closely, comparing their lives to mine, trying to follow the maps they seemed to trust. But now I understand something deeply. My life was never meant to look like anyone else's, and I live as the woman I truly am. There was a time when I believed becoming myself would take courage, because it meant letting go of expectations, letting go of roles that once defined me, letting go of approval that once mattered deeply, letting go of the comfort of being understood by everyone, letting go of the old version of my life. But now I see something freeing. The real courage was always in simply being honest with myself. And I live as the woman I truly am. There was a time when I believed becoming myself would change everything. The way people saw me, the way the world responded. And it did. Some people stepped closer. Some people stepped away. But something inside me became steadier than ever before, because authenticity carries a quiet peace. And I live as the woman I truly am. There was a time when I wondered if I would ever feel fully comfortable in my own life, fully grounded in my own choices, fully at home inside my own spirit. But now I wake up differently, more honest, more settled, more aligned with the life that feels true to my soul, more present inside the woman I have become. And I live as the woman I truly am. And the woman standing here now is not trying to prove anything. She is not performing for approval. She is not chasing a version of herself that does not belong to her. She is simply living, breathing, creating, moving through the world with quiet certainty. Because the journey she spent so many years walking was never about becoming someone else. It was about finally coming home to herself. And I live as the woman I truly am.
Hey, peaceful woman, you feel that shift? The one where your tolerance just drops for the noise, the back and forth, the tension, the unnecessary chaos. Yeah, that. There was a time you stayed in it longer, tried to smooth it out, tried to explain, tried to fix what wasn't yours to fix. But something changed when your life stripped down, when things got real fast. You started to see clearly what matters and what drains you dry, and now you just don't have the space for it. Not the pointless arguments, not the looping conversations, not the energy that leaves you feeling smaller afterward. You've got things to build, you've got a life to tend to, you've got yourself to care for, and that requires something: discernment, choice, a willingness to say, I'm not stepping into that, and mean it. Walking away isn't weakness, it's clarity. It's knowing your energy is valuable and choosing where it goes. And yeah, some people might not like it. They might expect you to engage the way you used to, but you're not that version anymore. You're someone who chooses peace on purpose, who steps out of chaos without needing the last word, who lets things fall quiet when they don't serve your life. This is one of the gifts of starting again. You get to strip it down, keep what's real, and leave the rest. So the next time it calls you in, pause. Take a breath and choose. Your peace is worth protecting. This one might sting a little, because you've spent a long time keeping people comfortable, reading the air, adjusting your steps, making sure everyone felt okay, even when you didn't, especially when you didn't. And now something in you is shifting. You're starting to tell the truth. You're starting to choose differently. And here it comes, that tight feeling. What will they think? Will they be upset? Will I hurt them? Will they pull away and listen? Some of them will. Some of them won't understand. Some of them might feel thrown off, because you're not playing the same role anymore, and that can be hard. But here's the truth. You are allowed to disappoint people. You are allowed to make choices that don't make sense to everyone. You are allowed to stop shaping your life around other people's reactions. This isn't about being careless. This is about being honest. And sometimes, honesty lands differently. Sometimes it brings distance. And yeah, that part can hurt. To feel someone pull back, to feel misunderstood. But staying small, just to keep everything smooth, it cost you. It cost you truth. It cost your life. And you don't owe that. Not anymore. You can be kind and still choose yourself. You can care and still walk your own path. This is what courage looks like. Not loud, not dramatic. Just a woman standing in her truth, letting the waves move around her without stepping out of herself. So if your hands are shaking a little and your voice feels quiet, stay with it. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing something brave. Hey, beautiful dreamer. Come here for a second. I want to talk about the dreams you keep tucked just out of reach. The big ones. The ones that feel a little dangerous to say out loud. The ones you brush past with a quick, yeah, right. Because they stretch you. Because they ask more of you than you're used to asking for. And after everything you've been through, there's a part of you that learned to play it smaller, to want less, to keep things reasonable. But listen, there's a reason those dreams keep coming back. There's a reason they tap on your shoulder, even when you try to ignore them. They belong to you. They're part of your makeup, part of your direction in this new chapter. This life you're building now, it has room for them. Maybe more room than you've ever had before. But it takes something to let yourself dream that big again, to stop cutting it down before it even forms, to sit with it and say, what if? What if I let myself want this? What if I didn't shrink it to make it easier to hold? What if I let it be exactly as big as it is? And yeah, they can feel vulnerable to want something deeply, to care that much, to let yourself imagine it. But there's something alive in that. Something that wakes you up. Something that pulls you forward. This is where vision begins. Not in certainty, but in allowing. So go ahead. Let it be big. Let it stretch you. Let it stretch you. Let it feel a little wild. Let it feel a little wild. Because this is your life. And you get to imagine it as fully as you dare. Hey there, wonderful soul. Come sit with us for a minute. Everyone talks about dreaming big like it's the only way to dream. Bigger goals, bigger plans, more everything. But there's another kind of dreaming. Quieter, lighter. The kind where you set things down. The kind where you look at your life and say, what do I actually want to carry? Not what sounds impressive. Not what everyone else is chasing. What feels good to live inside. Maybe it's less noise, less pressure, less to manage. Maybe it's a slower pace, more space in your days, more time for things that matter to you. And yeah, they can feel strange. To release dreams you once held tightly. To let go of plans that don't fit anymore. To say, that was mine then, this is mine now. But there's something freeing in that. To travel light, to keep what matters, and leave the rest. To stop reaching for things, just because you once thought you should, and start choosing what actually fits your life now. This kind of dreaming takes honesty. It takes clarity. It takes a willingness to let some things go, even good things. So if your dreams feel different, if they feel smaller, simpler, good, they might be truer. They might be yours in a way they never were before. So let it be simple. Let it be light. Let it be enough for you.
I don't know why they couldn't see you. Why they looked straight at your light and called it too much. Why they misunderstood your softness as weakness, your honesty as offense, your dreams as delusion. I don't know why they walked away, why they never showed up, why they stayed silent when it mattered most. I don't know why they didn't choose you. But hear me, dear soul. This only means one thing now. You must be the eyes that finally see your beauty. You must be the ears that hear your truth, not watered down, not reshaped, but spoken raw and holy. You must be the heart that knows your worth without needing applause. You must be the one who chooses you when no one else knows how. You must be the one who respects your own boundaries, who cares for your aching places, who holds you in your breaking, who guards your glow like it's sacred. Because it is. Let this be the vow. I will not abandon myself again. I will not wait to be claimed. I will not make my soul small to fit into someone else's sightline. I will see me. I will hear me. I will know me, and I will not look away. And one day when love comes with eyes that truly see, with hands that do not flinch, with presence that stays, you will recognize it. Because you'll already be giving it to yourself. You will not feel invisible anymore. Not because the world changed, but because you finally remembered you were never meant to disappear. Beloved, you were never too much. You were never not enough. And from this day forward, may you never again forget that you are the one you've been waiting for.
Hey there, beautiful. I want to show you something simple. A list. All the people you care about. All the things that need your attention. All the places you show up. You know this list. You've been carrying it for years, keeping track, checking in, making sure nothing slips. And somewhere along the way, your name fell off. Or maybe it was never there to begin with. So you learned to go last, to circle back to yourself after everything else was handled. And most days, there wasn't much left. But listen, You get to add yourself back onto that list. Not at the bottom, right there, with everything that matters. And I know that might feel unfamiliar, maybe even a little uncomfortable, to choose yourself, to pause and ask, what do I need to take care of something that belongs to you, without rushing past it. This is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. It might feel awkward at first, like learning a new way to move. You might forget. You might slip back into old patterns. That's okay. Just notice and begin again. One small moment where you include yourself. One small choice where you matter too. One small pause where you check in with your own life. And over time, it starts to feel more natural to stand with yourself, to care for yourself, to live a life that includes you. So write your name back on the list, and this time, leave it there. This is what it means to realize I'm the one I've been waiting for. I'm stepping into the role I once hoped someone else would fill. I am giving myself the love, guidance, and safety I've been longing for. I am becoming the protector and champion my soul has always needed. This is what it means to realize I'm the one I've been waiting for. I am trusting my own wisdom more than the approval of others. I am showing up for myself in ways I once dreamed someone would. I am meeting my own needs with tenderness and strength. This is what it means to realize I'm the one I've been waiting for. I am standing in the truth that I am already whole. I am offering myself the compassion I once begged for from the world. I am living as proof that I was never incomplete. This is what it means to realize I'm the one I've been waiting for. I am no longer searching for my worth outside myself. I am my own safe place to land and my own wings to rise. I am finally becoming the hero of my own story. I have been waiting for so long, and I've been right here all along. This is what it means to realize I'm the one I've been waiting for.
It's gonna be okay. It really is. Have you been waiting to hear that? Everything always works out. We are just on our way to things working out. We are just about there. You can breathe and take another breath. That's all you gotta do right now. Breathe. You are so very, very loved. It really is gonna be okay. You made it all the way here. That is no small task these days. You're gonna make it to tomorrow too. That's just how it works, so you can breathe deep now, okay? Then take another breath and repeat that. You are so very, very loved. It really is gonna be okay.
Hey, can we talk about what you want? Not what sounds reasonable. Not what keeps everyone comfortable. What you actually want. The peaceful days, the beauty, the softness, the kind of life that lets your shoulders drop. The space to breathe, to create, to feel good in your own skin. Yeah, that. Somewhere along the way, you were taught to feel strange about it, to tone it down, to ask for less, to make sure your desires didn't take up too much space. Like wanting a beautiful life was something you had to justify. But listen, the pull toward beauty is not random. The desire for peace, for ease, for something that feels good to live inside, that's part of you. It's not extra. It's not selfish. It's a signal pointing you toward a life that fits your soul. You don't need to shrink it. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to earn it. You get to want what you want, fully, openly, without turning it into something smaller. And yeah, it might feel unfamiliar to let your desires stand without apology. But there's something powerful in that, something clear. Like a light turning on inside you. This is what I want. This is the life I'm moving toward. So let it be beautiful. Let it be soft. Let it be filled with things that make you feel alive. You don't need anyone to hand you that. You can claim it. Right here. Right now. Hey lady, you're so beautiful. I want to talk about something you probably think no one has noticed. The way the world can stop seeing you the same. Not all at once. Just little by little. Fewer eyes turning, fewer reactions. Like you walked out of one version of life and nobody announced your arrival in the next one. And it can mess with you. Make you wonder, where did I go? Because you remember what it felt like to be seen, to be noticed, to be mirrored back, and now it's quieter. And yeah, that can feel like a loss. But stay with me here. What if the shift is making space for something else? What if less attention from the outside creates more attention on the inside? What if this is the moment you start seeing yourself clearly, without all the noise, without all the feedback telling you who to be? This is a different kind of visibility. One that doesn't depend on being watched. One that grows when you turn toward yourself and really look, really listen, really ask, what do I want now? Who am I becoming? And the answers don't have to impress anyone. They just have to feel true to you. This is where something real begins. When you stop performing for the world and start living from your own center. So if things feel quieter, if the spotlight moved on, if the old mirrors aren't there anymore, good. Now you get to see what was always there, waiting for your own eyes. And that kind of seeing changes everything.
There is a woman who believes her best years are behind her. She replays the past like a highlight reel she wasn't fully present for. She remembers what she didn't do, the risk she didn't take, the dreams she postponed. She tells herself she should have started sooner. She tells herself the window is closed, but windows do not close on aliveness. They close on timelines we imagined. She She thinks youth was the magic. She doesn't yet see that clarity is the magic. Experience is the magic. Depth is the magic. She is not late. She is seasoned. She is not behind. She is ready. The years she thinks she lost, they were training. They were initiation. They were building muscles she could not have built any other way. The second act does not belong to the young. It belongs to the wake. If there is breath in her body, there is creation left. There is love left. There is expansion left. Her best years are not behind her. They are aligned with her.
Hey, cutie pie. Yep, these are wild times. And you are living them day by day with so much light and goodness. That's no small task. So give yourself some credit. You make the world better for you and for everyone else. You're more loved than you know. It really is gonna be okay.
Hey, Rosebud, you doing okay? You taking care of yourself? I hope so. Because you matter more than I think you know. The world wouldn't be the same without you. Please take good care, okay? You're more loved than you know. It really is gonna be okay. If you don't want to do it like everyone else does, don't. If you want to do it like you want to do it, do it. What this world needs is more souls doing what's right for them. Not everyone doing everything the same. So be you, just you, exactly the way you do it.
There is a woman who thought she was behind. She measured herself against younger timelines. She counted the years instead of the wisdom. And then one day, she realized something. She is not starting over. She is starting informed, experienced. She is starting discerning. She is starting unafraid of what other people think. This is not the beginning of a girl. This is the beginning of a woman who knows herself. And that changes everything. There is not a single thing about her life that is late. It just took all this time to get calibrated on a soul level. And now, she's just getting started.
Here's what I wish for you, and me, and all of us. I wish for real rest, for tired bodies and tired minds. I wish for peace that is not fake, and joy that does not need permission. I wish for people who feel forgotten to feel seen again. I wish for the lonely to find real friendship. I wish for broken hearts to be handled gently. I wish for all of us to feel glad to be alive.
There was a version of me who disappeared. She made herself small. She softened her opinions. She dimmed her brightness. Being seen felt risky. Being powerful felt dangerous. So she hid in plain sight. She kept the
peace by erasing herself. She was trying to survive the threat of rejection. Now I take up space. Not aggressively, not loudly, but fully. The version who disappeared. She was protecting something precious. Now I know my visibility is not danger. It is destiny.
There is a woman who thinks she wasted her life. She looks at detours and calls them mistakes. She looks at years of survival and calls them lost. She measures herself against a path she never walked. But nothing was wasted. Not the heartbreak, not the caretaking, not the years she spent holding everything together. She was building depth. She was building compassion. She was building resilience. The life she wanted then required a version of her she had not yet become. Now she's become her. Now she can choose again. It is not too late to begin the truest chapter. In many ways, it is finally time.
There was a version of me who feared being alone. Silence felt heavy. Space felt dangerous. If someone pulled away, she tightened her grip. She equated presence with safety. She believed connection had to be secured. So she clung, not weak, just afraid of abandonment. Now I sit comfortably with myself. Now solitude feels nourishing. Now I understand that being alone is not being unloved. The version who clung, she longed for belonging. Now I belong to myself first.
No matter how heavy this chapter feels, it is not the last one. Your story is still moving, still turning, still gathering momentum. The moment you think you're finished is often the exact moment life is preparing your next beginning. You have lived through plot twists before. You have survived chapters you thought would end you. You have rebuilt yourself in ways no one else saw. This is not the ending. This is the part where something shifts. This is the part where you grow your next wings. You are still becoming. You are still learning. You are still being shaped by wisdom and fire and grace. Your future has not even fully introduced itself yet. There are people you haven't met. There are places you haven't walked. There are joys you haven't felt. There are miracles lined up that you don't even know belong to you yet. Breathe. Turn the page gently. You're not at the end of your story. You are in the middle of your rising.
There was a time when I answered to many names: mother, wife, daughter, helper, the one everyone could count on. But now I remember the woman underneath every role, the soul who existed before all the titles. And I remember who I am. There was a time when my days were shaped by what everyone else needed, who needed comfort, who needed help, who needed advice, who needed strength, who needed me to hold everything together. But now I make space to hear my own life calling me. I listen to the voice that belongs only to my soul, and I remember who I am. There was a time when I measured my worth by how much I gave, how much I sacrificed, how much I carried, how much I could hold for everyone else, how much I could endure, how much I could keep going. But now I see my worth was never measured by exhaustion. It lives quietly and powerfully within my being, and I remember who I am. There was a time when I forgot what I loved, what made my spirit feel alive, what made my heart expand with joy. My days were full, but somewhere inside them, I had misplaced myself. But now I return to the things that light my spirit: creation, curiosity, beauty, expression, the quiet magic of being alive. And I remember who I am. There was a time when I believed my identity was built from the roles I carried, the responsibilities I fulfilled, the expectations I met. But now I see something deeper. Roles may come and go, but the soul beneath them remains. And I remember who I am. There was a time when I wondered who I would be when everything quieted down, when the house became still, when the seasons shifted. But now I see this moment clearly. This is not the end of my story. This is the return to myself. And I remember who I am. And the woman standing here now is not defined by what she has carried. She is defined by what lives within her. Her curiosity, her wisdom, her creativity, her laughter, her courage, her soul that has always been there. Because beneath every role, beneath every responsibility, beneath every season of life, there has always been a woman waiting to be fully known. And I remember who I am.